Hey, welcome back to the channel. I'm Julia, and today we're diving into something everybody needs to know. Have you ever been swept off your feet at the beginning of a relationship? Like everything feels magical, you're texting nonstop, seeing each other all over the place, and the compliments don't stop. It feels like something out of a movie, right? But then weeks or months later, things shift. Suddenly you're confused, doubting yourself, maybe even questioning your reality. Today we're breaking down the difference between a healthy honeymoon phase and toxic love bombing, because knowing the signs can save you from serious emotional harm. If you've ever felt manipulated, emotionally drained, or wondered if it was ever real, this video is for you. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share, because this one's going to be deep. So let's start with the basics. The honeymoon phase is totally normal, and it's even backed by science. In a healthy relationship, the honeymoon phase is that first few months when you're both really into each other. Your brain is flooded with chemicals, the feel-good ones, like dopamine, oxytocin, and serotonin. It's literally a biological high. You might feel like you can talk for hours. You're incredibly physically affectionate, and you genuinely enjoy each other's company. But here's the thing. In a healthy relationship, this stage eventually settles, the intensity fades, and you both begin to see each other more clearly. And that's not a bad thing. It's when the real relationship begins. You move from fantasy to reality and hopefully to something solid. And I remember when I was dating someone many years ago, and we'd stay up till 3 a.m. talking every night. But over time, that shifted into real conversations about values, boundaries, life goals. And that's how I knew it was real. Now, here's where things get tricky, because love bombing can look almost identical to the honeymoon phase, at least at first. But it's not love, it's control dressed up as affection. Love bombing is when someone overwhelms you with affection, compliments, gifts, and time, but the goal isn't connection. It's to hook you in, and fast. They might say things like, "Oh, you're the best thing that's ever happened to me," all within a few days of meeting you. Or they're already talking about moving in, meeting their family, planning a future together. It feels amazing at first, but underneath the charm is a need for power, validation, and often manipulation. Narcissistic or toxic partners use love bombing to make you emotionally dependent, and it often happens when you're already vulnerable. Maybe you're coming out of a breakup, struggling with self-worth, or just looking for connection. It's kind of like being handed a beautifully wrapped gift, and when you open it, it's empty. It looks amazing, but it's all for show. So, honeymoon period versus love bombing. What are the key differences? Let's break it down side by side so we really get a good understanding. So, in the honeymoon phase, the relationship grows gradually, and it's based on mutual curiosity. Boundaries are respected, you feel safe, seen, and heard. Flaws are slowly revealed, intimacy builds slowly. Whereas when it's love bombing, it moves very fast. It's based on an intense need to impress. Boundaries are ignored or pushed. You feel overwhelmed, anxious, or even a bit off. Flaws are hidden, or you're idealized. Intimacy is rushed and overly intense. Basically, the message is, if something feels too good to be true, especially early on, it might be love bombing. Healthy relationships don't need fireworks every second. They need space to breathe. So let me know your thoughts. Have you ever been love bombed? Or thought you were in the honeymoon phase only for things to suddenly shift? So what happens after the honeymoon or love bombing? Well, in healthy relationship, the intensity fades, but the intimacy deepens. You begin to notice quirks. Maybe they chew too loudly, or maybe they're always late. But ultimately, you accept them. Misunderstandings happen, but you're addressed with communication and respect. That's how long-term trust is built. Whereas in toxic relationship, once the love bombing ends, you're no longer idealized, you're devalued. They might blame you, criticize you, or start ignoring you. You begin to question yourself. You think, what did I do wrong? This is often where gaslighting, manipulation, and emotional abuse come in. The goal wasn't ever love, it was control. And now they feel they have it, they stop pretending. And just as a personal example, one of my friends said after a month of feeling like she was in the best relationship of her life, the guy she was with suddenly flipped. He became cold, critical, and distant. And it took her months to realize she was being manipulated. So, how to protect yourself? How do you protect yourself from love bombing? Especially if you're someone who loves love. Watch for the red flags. The red flags being it's too much too soon. You feel rushed or overwhelmed. They don't respect your boundaries. They idealize you without really even knowing you. Your gut tells you something is off, even if everything looks perfect on the surface. Ask yourself seriously, is this person trying to know me, or are they trying to win me? Real love is mutual, respectful, and steady. It's not a performance. It's not about proving anything. So the tip is to take your time, set boundaries early, and check in with yourself often. So getting stuck in a toxic cycle can hurt more than just your heart. It can impact your confidence, mental health, and how you trust in the future. But the good news? You can learn to spot the signs, and you can learn to protect your peace. Remember, real love makes you feel safe, grounded, and seen. You don't need to feel high all the time. It's not supposed to be like a roller coaster. If you're healing from a toxic relationship or you're unsure about someone in your life, take a step back. Journaling, therapy, or talking to someone you trust can make a huge difference. In a future video, I'll be covering the devaluation and discard stages in narcissistic relationships and how they differ from normal relationship challenges. But that's it for today. Thanks so much for listening, and I'll catch you again soon.